this is my outlet box. When you get these, they're Arlington boxes, and it just has a different cutout depending on what siding you have. Like this is 5/8. They have it for very, very, very difficult to find the 5/8 one. So this one is actually a half, which is close. So I'm gonna modify it a little bit to get it super tight. I have to notch this a little bit more, but 5/8, half, 5/16. So we've got 2 outlets on the front porch, then 1 on either side and 1 in the back. So once you locate, then you just need to decide your height. Yeah, the lower down, you don't notice it as much, but you have to, you know, bend down to get to it. Higher up, easier to plug in, but it's more of an eyesore. So I'm gonna measure between the window casing and the door casing and see if this is close. It should be close to center. So, starting at 52 inches is where we have the wire inside. You can see the nails easily on here, so you can see them. That's one thing about this house, you don't have to try and guess where the studs are. So anywhere in this bay is where I can put this. All right. So another thing is there's not really a requirement on height as long as it's no higher than 6.5 feet. It's easy to plug into, but it's, things you have to decide. So right in here. So what I usually do is take a couple screws and screw in it. Take the handy dandy Sharpie. There you go. So there's that one. Now, in the past, I have taken the oscillating tool and cut this out just while it was on there instead of marking it. Well, what happens is this is plastic, and the blade gets hot and ends up melting the plastic. So, better just to go ahead and mark it and take this back off. Ta-da! Go into your handy dandy kit. Plus that kit of them, it was a lot less expensive than buying. I think got this entire kit with all these for the cost of, I'd have to look back. I think it was, they're usually like around $15 a blade. I think I got the whole kit for 60 bucks. It was like, yeah, you got 3 free. And the ones with the little gold arm cost even more. So I'll probably end up getting 4 or 5 extra in the whole kit. See if there's any real differences in them. Material, so they tell you on it. Like this one's wood, multi-material. So you just need wood. So this is a great tool. I'm sure most everybody that does any of this stuff now knows what these are. But now, if this was already painted, I'd probably put painter's tape on it first and then would have marked it and that kind of thing. But as you can see, that's not the case. So I don't try to cut through the whole thing on the first pass. I just go in just a little bit. Let me show you a little close up. Just going a little bit, it makes a groove. So I'll do a little groove all the way around. And then by doing that groove, when I go to cut it all the way, it tends to want to follow the groove instead of jumping all over the place. At least that's the plan. Alright, so now the groove's cut. The groove's cut, so now we just go back around it and all the way through. Ta-da. That was it. Then, put it back up here for another test. This time, go ahead and put your box and everything with it. See if it's going to fit or if there's some more adjustment needed. And it's pretty close. There you go. There's a gasket that we put in here. And when it comes time, when we're doing the paint, well, of course we'll come around and this all gets sealed up with caulk, seal it. And that's it. And the whole kit comes with, should be in here. Yeah, so it's got the rope sealant you can put around it, screws, and like that. And little instructions. There you go. Ta-da. So that goes like that. It comes with these little silver screws that go on the inside part. Ta-da. I usually put them in loose to start with. All this will be coming back off, so you don't want it too tight. That paint, it's time for paint, I think, that we can get behind and everything. where I just want all the holes cut for, actually that's not true. So put the 4 screws in, like so, and you decide which knockout you're using to bring your wire in. In this case, I'm going to use the bottom right one. So I've got the little push connectors, or I've got these that you can screw in like that. And that's where you would put the little sealant on. But I said we're going to save all that and do it when it comes time to paint. And it comes with these 4 bigger screws that are painted white. There you go. Ta-da! The wires will be in there. These will all be on a GFI outlet. I mean, not GFI outlet. I use a GFI breaker. So it'll be on a GFI breaker. And then, there you go. Ta-da! 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 Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Barn has doors again. So the reason this is colored is all this wood used to be floors in the house. If you go back to the early videos, you'll see that the floors in the front left room, which is now going to be the kitchen, was all painted like a bluish purple. And I believe the brown ones were actually subfloor. There was another floor on top of those, and that wood's like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches thick. So we repurposed that out here. So we just gotta strip it down and, you know, paint. The whole barn needs to be painted. So we get on that, and the barn door has a lock on it now. So yeah, it's not bad. A little keypad lock, or you can do a thumbprint. You can also sync this up to Bluetooth with the phone, so just walk up to it and you can make it where it unlocks and all that. So we gotta paint all this, get that done. But little sliding barn doors. So it slides, that one slides over there, and that one slides over there. And put a clasp lock up there now, so all that's a little better. Right now, you know, a little chain for a little extra support on it, but doesn't really need it, but it's there just in case. And we're going to do something, the plan is to do something kind of over here. If we don't, then we'll probably put a post here just for extra support. We didn't want to put that there yet, as we're planning on some extra space. And I'm not even going to go down to the pond. We haven't even had rain. I don't even remember the last time it rained now. So we're most likely going to drill a well that keeps the pond full during the summer. We do expect that it will fill up this winter, and but I think just based on some other ponds in the area we've seen, I think we'll do a well. I don't know if we're going to do it up here in this corner, or since we are going to have another one that's back there, got to see how far it's going to be. Talk to Chris about it, see what his thoughts are. We might do it down in that corner, and then it can do double duty or something. But be for the, you know, this will be fenced in and there'll be livestock here, so maybe it's, I don't know, whatever. One of the things you have to figure out when you're going to be doing a homestead or farm, or just any property really, I guess it doesn't matter if it's small or big, you know, you have all these plans, but until you're actually on the property and see how does the land do in every season, what happens when it rains and snows, or when it's dry, whatever. And so, you know, a lot of people ask where we're putting stuff and what our plans are, and a lot of that is going to change, already has, just even been out here working. But once we're living out here, that's when things start to get a little more finalized. You see how things operate and how you use areas. So I would say realistically, the next step is to put walking and riding trails in, kind of crossing the property. That's one of the reasons we still did the field in the back. Originally that was going to be where they wanted to put the septic, but after all this got cleared, they approved us putting it just right here. But one of the reasons we did that is so we had a path to the back of the property. We can run trails off that way, through this way, you know, really explore the property more. I've walked pretty much all of it a few times in the beginning. Chris walked it a few times also, so we kind of feel like between the two of us kind of have an idea where things will probably be, but subject to change. I did not bring the drone out with me today, but I'll be back tomorrow. You're gonna fly the drone, you'll be able to see more of the land with all the trees clearing up. You can kind of see everything, so that'll be neat. And yeah, so got a little punch list to do today, and finalizing that and calling in for inspection. I know y'all probably as tired of hearing me say I'm calling in for inspections as I am in saying it. So that's happening though. The list is finally short enough. We feel good about that, and hopefully get on to the next stage, because we're kind of tired of messing with this, to be honest with you. Just seems to drag on forever. So get that going. Threw some grass seed down when Chris was done with the trenches, and that kind of came up, so that's looking pretty good. Trees, definitely no shortage of leaves out here.